sixth.
Spell the German sixth in D minor. Who can spell a German sixth in D minor? Give you a hint. D.
Flat 6, B flat.
Flat 6 would be B flat, yes. So we've got D and B flat,
Is 4. G sharp.
G sharp. One more, the flat 3,
Double B. Flat 3?
F.
F natural.
F natural. So we're in a minor key, so if we use the key signature, the only accidental we need is the raised 4, the F sharp, excuse me, the G sharp. Therefore, let's scan for G sharps. Where's the first G sharp we see?
The second system, second.
I see one on the first system.
Oh, I couldn't see if that was on the F or G. Yeah.
The end of the first system, in the
Yes.
treble clef, there's a G sharp. Is that a German 6?
Yes.
Yes, we have a B flat, a D, a G sharp, and an F. Is it our modulation? No, it keeps going back to D minor. So it is a German 6 there, but it's not the modulation we're looking for. Okay, where's, I see in the second system, G sharp, and then it goes to a D minor triad, G sharp goes to D minor triad, G sharp. So it just repeats German 6 tonic, German 6 tonic, German 6 tonic, until we get, there's a G sharp in the bass, second system, second measure, third beat. From top to bottom, or from bottom to top, we have a G sharp in the bass, D in the tenor, F natural, B natural, D. So that's not a German 6. Anybody tell me what it is? We stack all those together.
Where are you at?
This is second system, second measure, third beat, where the G sharp is in the bass. We have a G sharp, a B natural, a D, and an F. What's the quality of
Diminished seven.
that? Yes, diminished 7. G sharp, B, D. Just a diminished. So it's a 7 diminished. It's in root position. What's it of in D minor? If the root is G sharp, it's a 7 diminished of.
And 5.
A 5, yeah. It's a 7 diminished of 5. G sharp, B, D. So we haven't even gotten to our modulation yet. We're just looking at G sharp. There's a C sharp, but that would be the raised 7 degree D minor. So now we're on the third system, and we have another G sharp. Third system, first measure, third beat. There's a G sharp. Is that a German 6?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Is it our modulation? Let's see. Where does it resolve to? Resolves
To the D minor.
Yeah.
The second B.
Yeah, resolves to a tonic triad. So that's not the modulation. Then in the second measure, it comes back again, and it again goes back to tonic in D minor. That's not our modulation. Now we're in third system, last measure. Here's another German 6, the same one we just got. However, what's happening to this?
The A
The
flat.
The A flat.
Yes. So the G sharp
B, D, F.
happens at the beginning, everybody third system, last measure of the third system. The G sharp on the half note becomes an A flat by the third beat. All the other notes are the same. So we have B flat, D, F, A flat,
D.
and that's the dominant seventh of E flat major. So this is the pivot. And Mendelssohn spells it in the old key as a German 6, and then he changes the position of the triad, spells it in the new key of E flat. So that B flat, D, F, A flat should lead us to E flat major, yeah, on the next page. First chord is dominant seventh, second chord 1-6-4. It's a tonic triad in E flat. So did you see how we did that? We spelled it first, so we're really just looking for the chord. That's a lot easier than taking each chord as they come. But that raised 4 or scale degree comes in very handy to realize that you're going to have a chord with a G sharp in it.
And now, is it me or? No,
It must be you then.
it was.
Oh, okay.
I was just trying to figure out the flat 6. Because when I stepped in third, my flat 6 was on
So Dr. Matthew, you say, first we find the German 6,
Spell the German 6.
spell it, look for it. Once we see it, we look to see if the next note could be tonic of the new key, and that's basically, would it always go to?
Or a dominant of the new
Tonic,
key.
okay.
Because remember, augmented 6 always goes to either a 1-6-4 or a 5. So in this case, he kept going to a 1-6-4.
What about trying to figure out which way you're modulating, whether you're modulating up or down?
No, that's good. You don't have to do it that way, but this saves you a lot of time. So in this number 1, we were going from D minor to E flat. So if you want to dog ear that first page, page 266, the first page of this chapter. Actually, he didn't even tell you that. I told you that. If you want to pencil in. So when you modulate down a half step, that's a dominant 7th respelled as a German 6. Modulate up a half step, that's a German 6 that's respelled as a dominant 7. Same way we have it up here on the board. We went down a half step, we had a dominant 7th respelled as a German 6. We went up a half step, we had a German 6 respelled as a dominant 7. So if you can see, like that first Mendelssohn, we started in D minor, we ended in E flat. That's going up a half step. So that's why we were able to spell the German 6 in D minor and look for it. So it's not a guarantee, because you notice we found other German 6, but they were in D minor. But that's normal, because most composers are going to do that. They're going to use a German 6. You hear it in the original key as a German 6. It works really well. And then they fool you by giving you the same sound, and this time it's a dominant 7th going to another key.
It's kind of interesting because it's like, well, I guess not. Never mind.
No, it opens a whole new world of what you can do with dominant 7th. And the late Romantics were just enamored of this.
I guess I was trying to compare it to like a leading to undiminished or diminished. You know, it's like where you're so forced to resolve it.
Well, yes,
And this isn't necessarily.
because it only goes to a 1-6-4 or a 5, which both would give you a single note name as the key. You can't think of it in those terms, that it is pointing towards something.
Well, no, it's not pointing as strongly as like the diminished, you know.
No, it isn't. And that is actually kind of a good thing, because then you're not expecting it.
Yeah, you're not really forced to.
Right, skip over to 281. This, I want to skip a whole lot of this because, again, these are some real rarities in music, but he says, other uses of augmented 6 chords. For example, here's where all along I've been saying put the flat 6 in the bass. That's what works. But he just wants to mention that if you look hard enough, you might find a composer who maybe put the raised 4 in the bass. It doesn't work as well, but they tried it. They tried it. So let's see.